Hey, hello guys, here's Mark from the RCalsace in France, and we have today the RLAARLO CROBOLL. You know it, we done the unbox last time from the little buggy here. It's like the Armored Typhoon. They also made a speed challenge like the others does with the armors. And now we have something like in this Japanese animes, this you know, when someone who's big is gonna be smalled with little arms and legs, and this one, the CROBOLL. You have here something like the Kraton, but I have to say it looks better because they have checked that the wheels is better in place in this part as behind them. So it's tiny, it's small, it's fluffy on suspension, out from the box, that's fine. We have tires with no foam, but the rubber is a little bit harder, and I expect this to have really better grip than these ones. These ones are for me too weak in grip, not nice to drive. We have a big bumper in the front with LED light in there. We have a small bumper behind them, and of course a ring with a wheelie bar. And smart move, it's absolutely totally flex. That's really nice done. We have here blue anodized alloy. Here we have the strange color pink. I really prefer the blue, not because I'm a boy, because since I was a kid I never was told pink is for girl, blue is for man. It's just a choice. I don't like pink colors. But such type is okay. The body is made from something like Lexan. It's really tough. It's not some PVC stuff like ZD Racing. If you see, if you make here a corner, it don't begin to be white and break. It's soft enough to not break and tough enough to take some heat up there. And here also a smart move from them. We have flex body mounts. That's nice. You still have the body mount for put a buggy body underneath. If you want to shoot crab or something, take care of the heat, especially with the brush motor. You have the LiPo within, you have the charger within. 1800 milliamp is the battery. The charger needs 2 hours to load it. It's a little USB plug. That's nice because for sure you can put here a bigger, longer battery with more milliamps, but if you do that, take care, this motor gonna overheat and burn. So better drive only 10-15 minutes to not overheat the motor, let it cool down, and put in there another battery after that. We have a metal servo horn here, metal gear servo here in there, an alloy Ackerman plate, alloy chassis. You get in the box spare A-arms, that's nice, a spare CVT in front and a spare dog bone for the rear. You get spare wheel nuts and these little blue caps in there, and you have also spare little body clips. This is an all-in-one receiver with ESC. On the brush version it feels better on throttle. On the brushless version here, my issue is that we have a long way before the car gives throttle. On the first receiver I have the issue that I have to be here to reach the throttle, and after that don't have the full throttle for sure. And same thing backward, that means you have to move from here on throttle to here to get some brake, and this make the car not nice to drive. Same problem I had at the direction. Even with the dual rate at the minimum rate, each move here make the car snake around. So I get a new receiver from RLAARLO. It's way better, but it's still not what I expect. It's still not precise enough. And the problem from this brushless version for that price is that he moves in the room with LC Racing and with Team Esso and with Losi Mini Truggy, and these three are slightly the same price, even if they are, one or two of them are a little bit higher in price, are way smoother and nice to drive than this one. So he needs some upgrade on the tires, and especially at the transmitter ESC. I'm gonna try it with a separate. I'm gonna put a quick run ESC in there with my Spectrum radio system, and then we're gonna see what happens. We also have a little bit too much move here from the drive cup in the diffs. Here we have the same. That's make that the grease comes out, and we're gonna have to check out after some runs, because of this too big move, the life in the differential gonna be shorter for the diff parts in there. We know that we experienced that for many years ago with many brands. So what's cool with RLAARLO is that they are listening. I get this car for free, and we're gonna make a win play for free, like every time I get something for free. They proposed me, like they do on any other channel, to get some money for each car you help to sale. I refuse that. Like anytime, I'm okay if we get the stuff for free, check it, test it, but I want to say what's true. I tell them what I see here with tires, the CVD outputs and the throttle stuff and all that stuff. I prefer to be honest and to just tell them what I feel with the truck, what I see, and then they can upgrade if they want to do it. And they listen. That's nice stuff. I don't like the channels who get all that stuff, who wants just the money and also just anytime says it's beautiful, it's amazing, here you can buy one, here's the link, and take the money for it. I prefer to wait that the car is at a better point to tell you, okay, you can get one. So I'm at the moment not already full happy with that one, but it's on the way. So this one has the brushed motor in ESC, it's smoother to drive, it's nice. He can also take 3S and also get to 70 km/h in 3S. He can do that in 2S, in 3S he go over 100. That's crazy. I prefer the feel on that one. We're gonna drive it together, just test it in the workshop. What I not like is the brake on this. This is the only stuff I'm not happy with. But this is an issue common at all this little ESC receiver with the brushed motor and system in there. All works fine. You also have just grease in the differential. That's nice for beginner and kids. The driver wants a little bit more. I suggest to put a little bit stiffer oil or grease in the front differential to get a bit more grip from the front, like we have done here. I'm gonna show you what I mean with the brake. If you put the power on here, so you have a nice steering. The steering feels better than at that one, and I also have to reduce less the dual rate to have a comfortable steering. The issue for me is clearly there. This part has to be longer, because if it's so short, each reaction is really fast moved to the direction. You can also here shorten the way here, put a little hole more and go down there. We're gonna do that after the run. First we're gonna drive it. This one we're gonna do it with the new radio system and ESC in there. Then we're gonna drive again, and we're gonna drive stock this one first, and then if we need, I will do it. You have servo saver here with an adjustment. Out from the box it's nice, it works. Better anytime if you begin to drive a car, have a little bit softer servo saving than a too hard and break something at the servo. So throttle in 2S is nice. The response also really faster on throttle than this one. Really much faster. I have one issue with the brake. You have to go full throttle and full brake to get the brake. If you go just a little bit throttle and a little bit brake, you go backwards. If you give full throttle, let the throttle go before turning, and then you want to brake a little bit because you're still too fast. You just pull the backwards in there, and this is anytime. So here you have to drive hard, brake hard, and it's even not match anytime. If you just not go to full to brake, you will not brake. And if you drive, I'll say just a little bit, you have to really press fast the brake to have a brake. In any other case, you go backwards. That means you have no smooth brake. You have really each time to kick full in. You can manage this. It's easy for kid to get on this. If you give that car a kid who never drive an RC, you explain him that, he would get it. We have the problem because we are known to use just if you need a little bit of brake to slow down, and it's just a different way to use it. Take care, because you have no center differential, you have no slipper unit in there. That means you can faster destroy something at the driveline. That's something I miss here, slipper units or a center differential like the T-Masso Reflex. That's for me the best way to do. So that means if you have nothing to save the transmission, if you land and rear, front or on all four corner, you will just lock the transmission, and there it's really important to have no power on when you land, to not shock the transmission and break something in there, especially when you hit throttle hard. The rear differential gonna take all that heat. You have bigger tires, you have more grip, so this car gonna stress more the differentials and the main gear in the back especially. You still have no way to change the gear mesh and the pinion. That means you are locked with that setup. That's also mean, and that is why he's not at this point brushless on the market. You cannot put that motor in there with the same gearing. It's too much. The car is going to be too fast. You're going to overheat the motor and destroy something. You need way less kVA because you cannot change the position of the motor inside. Unlike at the LC Racing, there you can change it. At the Mini Tregulos you can change it. Even at the T-Masso Reflex you can change it. So we're going to drive it. I'm going to see if it's okay for the price. For me, I would say this one third version are not at the point. We're gonna see what happens in the future with them, but it's a good start anytime. Anyway, we're gonna see what this little dude can do. We're gonna first drive it 2S for sure. In 3S is faster, but in 3S you have to take care, how say, what happens with the brake. It's gonna be really unusual for me to anytime hit a full brake, and to not forget to each time go from throttling to full brake, because if you let the throttle go, at the moment you are nearly at the neutral point, even just a little bit. If you go slower and want to brake, it not works. You just pop backwards inside. But this is the only thing. I love the way he looks. The weight is a little bit heavy. It's 1.4 kilogram, this little dude here, because you have 100 grams each tire. That's really heavy because you have less than 50 grams each tires here. But it's gonna help him also to be better on the ground. We have for sure also a heavy brushed motor in there. So we're gonna drive it. If I have here something, a brushless motor from this kind of size with low kV, maybe I gotta put an upgrade in there. What's nice, it's that this is a 540 motor. That means you can use this type from brushless motors. And it's cool because Surplus Hobby make this motor with low kV. You can have to about 1700 kV, 2012 kV with a quick run 40 or 60 amperes-C. Maybe gonna be a good choice. Something like a moment. I have something here, guys. Where is it? Ah, here it is. This is something you can do. A quick run 30.5. That means 2700 or 3000 kV. Have to check it out. I have two from them. I have also here it is. 17.5. That's 2,500 RPM, because we have here big motor pinion in there. So maybe this type of stuff with just a little 2S ESC, or okay, you can put a heavier quick run in there, but this is gonna be maybe a little bit too much. But with that we can drive 2 or 3S, or even the 13.5. This is about 3200 kV maybe, or this is 2.5 and this is 1700 kV. I have to check it out quickly at the Hobbywing ESC page. This may be a good choice for upgrade this one. But first we're gonna drive it stock 2S, stock 3S, and we're gonna upgrade that baby and maybe also that one. Maybe I'm gonna put this system first in there. No, this is a monster truck, it deserves the big block. Here we're gonna drive the smaller motor, and here we're gonna go for the bigger one. Just change the ESC here. Maybe we're gonna use that one and my Spectrum receiver. Guys, have a nice day. Stay tuned, and if you know something more than me about these little babies, just ask. I know one channel says you can cut out here in the end to have more throttle, but where's the point to pull the trigger until it's there if you have 12 millimeters of nothing here? That's bad. And I also try with this receiver on this car, we still have this problem. 4 or 5 millimeters free play on throttle and brake. That means it's definitely come from the brushless ESC settings. The neutral range is too big, and we cannot change the setup. I asked them because I don't know if they can do it from the factory. If they can change this neutral setup or do something about that, maybe it's gonna be a win. But we're gonna try it. I would say our ESC, our radio system, to see if it runs smoother. It's still a rougher car on the driveline, like the LC Racing TMS or something, and I would say I'm just concerned about that because it's the same price. Here we are way lower in cost, and here I'm pretty sure out from the box with this brushed system we're gonna be happy. But this is gonna be with a surplus motor and MHD ESC, an easy way to upgrade it for less money. I get here in Europe we get about 70 or 20 euros. We get a surplus motor in this size with the kV we want, and the MH plus 120 ESC is about also 70 to 20 euros. That means 40-50 euros more. We can put another system in there. That's also crazy. We're gonna see also what they gonna do for upgrade the truck, if they're gonna go for a smaller motor in brushless with an over gearing system, or if they're gonna choose something with lower kV. I mean, I think this is the easiest way, and the low cost is the way to do it. So now I'm going. Bye guys, have a nice day.